do you agree with SADTU's call for schools to be closed because we are in the early stages of the peak season?
Yes, 100%. As the student movement are agreeing with teacher union, SADTU, that we must close schools and allow grade 12 to go to academic camps.
So when it comes to the delay in the education process, learning and teaching, what do you suggest should happen?
Pardon?
When it comes to the learning and teaching process, what do you suggest should happen, given that when schools close, it means that there won't be any teaching, given that there is disparity and we are living in an unequal society. So there will be learners who will not be able to get the education service.
Look, we must not behave as if South African system, the education system, is the best system ever. COVID-19 has exposed inequality. So we rather save lives than saving academic, because I'm not encouraging learners not to go to school. In South Africa, you have your degree, your honors, your masters. Still, you go and work in Pick n Pay or ShopRite. It was better if you ask that question of yours while we have a South African system that speaks our language, not a foreign system that we are part of now.
Right. Now, we have several schools being exposed at the time when there was a build-up towards reopening of schools. As you remember, Education Minister Njimutera saying that schools would be fumigated, there would be sanitizers, and there would be water tanks provided. But actually, when we went to the ground, not all schools had that, and they were not prepared for reopening. So what should happen then? Have lessons been learned so that if they decide to reopen schools, that all of them should be ready?
I can't repeat your question.
All right. Let me try to put it in context. I'm saying that during the build-up towards the reopening of schools, we saw some of them not having all the necessary sanitizers and water tanks, and some of them not having ablution facilities during that time. And they were exposed. That government actually didn't do its homework. What do you think should happen if schools could be reopened?
Look, we can't have a situation by now. I can even tell you, in some schools, learners they had one PPE. So there's no need for us to discuss if schools will be reopened. We're saying that learners must go to educational camps. Then other grades will see. Because if you can go and check the system of education, it says if a learner abscond for 3 months because of health-wise, that child must go to another grade. We're not promoting that, but I'm just showing you how the system of education in our country is so weak. We need to discuss how do we assist those learners. You see, but now, as a country, we're having a common enemy, which is COVID-19. And I'm so sad. Hands are saying learners must not go to school because government is planning our funeral. They have built graves for us. So why we must go to school while we are seeing graves? So we are saying learners must stay at home. Then we'll see academic calendar, or we'll see academic next year, or when COVID-19 is over, or when they have a solution. But our country doesn't have a solution. Then you find politicians say, no, this thing is not killing learners. We have a child who died because of COVID-19. So people must not want to gamble with our lives. We're saying to learners, they must not be project of being killed. Those MPs and command council, they must wear great trousers and tunics and go to school and feel the pain that we're feeling.
What is your suggestion concerning the e-learning platforms and the use of radio and television channels to further continue, the teaching and learning process in that regard?
Look, I'm saying to you, COVID-19 has exposed inequality. In deep rural areas, kids don't have your laptops, your televisions. So we're saying we must not treat the system of our country as if it's a bad system. We must just forget about academic calendar and start to plan for our system of education.
Right. Thank you very much for making time to speak to us. That's Teboho Magafane, who is COSAS Secretary-General, and talking to us about the call for SADTU for the immediate suspension of classes.